Meg Loves Games here, and welcome to a brand new series on my channel. This is a game called Big Pharma. As you can see, it is a game that is currently in its beta, I believe. It's an open beta. It's available on this site at the moment, and I think through the Humble Store, possibly. I don't know. I didn't buy this for myself. My dear friend Dylan, or Conflict Nerd, bought this for me because he's some silly bugger, as we all know already. But yeah, I wanted to play it on my channel anyway. I was gonna do it anyway. I was gonna save up my monies and buy it. But yes, this game is basically about making drugs, but not the Breaking Bad kind. Don't you worry, kids. It's about making the kind you get from your doctors, and I'm probably gonna have to go get from my doctors in about, I don't know, 4 hours? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why. It's been a long kind of day, but I'll get into that once we start the game. Not that you want to know. But yeah, it's just it's basically a scenario-based game. You can free build. You can do. I did not actually want to click that. There we go. You can do custom games. You can do free builds, but there is a bunch of scenarios that you can do. So we're gonna go through the basic. We're gonna go through some of the basic ones, and then perhaps we'll kind of dot around in between them from afterwards. But this is bottom line, and I do not want to be Leonard. Tess is kind of funky in her little pantsuit. I do enjoy a good pantsuit. I do enjoy a good pantsuit. But Jenny looks funky. I'm gonna take Tess. Was the other one called Jess? No, it was Jenny. I was like, Jess and Tess, could you not have come up with better names? Yes, Tess is my gal. Pantsuit for days. I fucking love suits. Doing a good job of being reasonably tame with my language already, aren't I? Yes, anyways. Company name. Let's go with the wonderful Meg Loves Drugs. It's a given. Right. So I would like to pause the game straight off, because I want to talk to you about the game a little bit first, and I want to actually get these tasks done, you know, without being completely silly. This is your map. This is your map. You can, it's a bunch of rooms. Each one of those is a place for importing or exporting ingredients or drugs, depending. You extend. This is a horrible shaped room, but okay. This one's kind of nice, and this one's kind of nice, and that one's okay. But you can only ever do one production in there, and it has to be a single thing. But I don't get into. I'm complaining already, which is good. This one, at the moment, I can only really do one production of mine. And anyway, let's see what ingredients we've got to go with first. These have some kind of crazy names, but and I think they vary every time. But the important thing that you get out of it is what they do and what side effects they have, and such. Do I have... With different starting things, you have different like amounts of stuff that have been researched for you and stuff. We've got the basics. We have the dissolver, the evaporator, the pill printer, and we'll get into what they do in just a moment. But I'm just gonna set the basis up for having a good thing. This takes 1, so I will take a 1. Ready in 3 months. If we're gonna earn 1 million, or for master rank, oh dear god, 10 million before January of 2025, which is 10 years away. Make 1 million each year, I can... Jeez. You need 1 explorer for that. Lungs medication. I feel like that is actually a wise idea. I'm just gonna... We'll have a proper discussion about this in a moment. I'm setting my bases. I wanna to do this well for you guys, because you know, we all know, if you've been to my channel before at least, you will know that I am not necessarily the most adept at video games. Let's see. We can quite easily go with a starting drug of a migraine tablet. I'm just looking at these. I'm looking at what we have. And looking at money. Just for a second. This is basically, this bit here is your list of all the different cures you can currently make. The more you get, the more you'll be able to, the more ingredients you get, the more of these you'll unlock, obviously, and each ingredient goes down different tiers. You mix them with things and certain things, and they make better drugs. Like, for example, I can tell you the sexual health one, which says remove warts, then turns into a female contraceptive, then into a male contraceptive at some point. These ones, there's a cancer drug in here somewhere, I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, they start off pretty simple and pretty low cost, but the more you do things, the better. So I think in this case we go with painkiller. There's a high number of people that could do with a painkiller, much more than would want acid reflux. It lives in its active range currently, which is nice. The evaporator, we can upgrade it to a migraine tablet, and geez, look at the difference between that. There's 112% demand for migraine tablets, and that is a market we want to get in with our very first little plot of land, and we shall do that with our production lines. So let's go. This is our production room. The doors and stuff are completely I was gonna say dysfunctional, but that's not quite the word I want. Why is the wind blowing so loudly? Probably because it's 4 AM. The doors don't function, all that kind of stuff, so no need to worry about them. We want that to go up to 7. Right, so through the first little chamber, I'm gonna call it a chamber, I don't know what to call it. You're probably all gonna tell me in the comments the word that I am looking for, but it's 4 in the morning. I have drunk a lot of coffee today. Also, a lot of alcohol. I'm celebrating. But, again, we don't need to hear about this. Let's just get on with the game. So, insufficient upgrade points? I was trying to upgrade that. I didn't mean to upgrade that. Oh, I pressed that instead of import. I told you, I'm not good at games. So, we've got that coming in. Game's paused, so nothing's going to import. We're not going to be losing any money or anything at the moment. This down here is our little menu for building our shit. And what we want to do first is we need to take this guy, as you can see in here, we need to take it up to 7 strength, which at the moment it is at 4. If you can see there, it's the little bars, that's its strength. We want to take it to strength 7, and then we want to evaporate it once more, and we'll go from there. So to do that, we have these things. Dissolver decreases the concentration by 1. So that would take it down a notch, and Evaporator would take it up 1. So, yes, and I probably should have done this from this direction. Although saying that, either way I do this is probably going to prove to be tough because of the shape of this room. But, I'll go with that. We need a few of these because, god damn it, there is, a lovely bit of stuff to do. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna quickly... I feel like it might be worth buying this whole place. Because I'll be honest with you, we're gonna need it. Which in that case, I feel like it might be okay to make painkillers and then progress onto these migraine things at the same time. So I might just do that. To make up thing, let me just have a look here. For a painkiller, its active range is 5 to 12, and it's on 4 at the moment. It was on 4, right? It was on 4. So we don't even need that secondary thing. So what I'm going to do is just, I'm gonna ignore it for now. Because why not? And then I'm take these pill printers. Pill printers are important things. They make your pills, obviously. That's the wrong way around, Meg. In fact, I'm just going to delete this because it's not the best way use of my money, but oh well. So, there's our pill printers. This is a lovely little setup. I did that wrong as well. I am losing my plans today. Go. And I want that to come down there, that to come in there, that to go down there, and that to do that. So, we've got our first little production line already. It's fantastic. Let's stop edge scrolling. That would be fantastic. In fact, in a moment I will probably fix that. Let's quickly go to this. We're now losing money because we haven't made a pill yet, but here we are increasing the concentration. It is now in the active range of that, but you see it's also in the active range of causes fatigue, which is a side effect of this pill, which is sad. You can get rid of it using some technology that we don't yet have, but okay. So we get to name the product. Meg Loves Drugs Ache Relief sounds fine to me, and we are now in the money somewhat. Not quite. It'll definitely get there, but it's nice to push out a really simple product while we can. Next up, pick a good area, Meg, please. So we've got that guy there. Its nearest is there. That might be an interesting one to try and get the production line of this next one going, because this next one is important. We're doing the migraine relief. I'm just gonna do this. So we were at 4, so we need to take it up 3. And then I believe it wanted us to evaporate it once more. I'm just gonna double check that because I don't want to, yeah, evaporate once more. I don't want to make any mistakes because you don't get back all the money when you're refunded, when you delete things, so. I'll take that in there, bring that around there, do that, and then I will not do that. I will right click, import this guy again, and I will just play this quickly, and then we will see it go through the line to the end here, and I will address the situation from there afterwards, because we don't know the exact things we need to know about the migraine relief part of the drug yet, which is what we will soon work out. As you can see here, it's going from becoming a painkiller to being a migraine thing, and it's in its active range as well, which is wonderful. So I am just going to pause this. I am going to get us a couple of pill printers in here, and just bring that up there. I feel like we could have maybe utilised more space with that one now, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Let's let the production line keep going, and then we can ooh, it's lovely and blue. They change name every time you do something to them. Here it's Defite Quartz, and here it is Uno Soxin Concentration even. So, it's funny things. Just waiting for these guys to pass through here, and should make a good profit actually, which is nice. Let's name this Meg Loves Drugs Migraine Relief. That's fine by me. This hopefully should make us some good money. Yep, that's feeling better about ourselves already. So let's have a look at company stats. We are now in the green, which is fantastic. Ooh, look at this. Oh, they've gone with the acid reflux drug. Okay. So our competitor, we've only got one competitor in this specific scenario. Our competitor has decided he is going to be making an acid reflux crusher. It doesn't say it there because for some reason it doesn't. It should. Maybe if I go back into it, it will tell me. It doesn't want to tell me. But as you can see here, so far I have sold 30 of these per month. The current value is like that. We're making 56 profit, which is actually reasonably good. 162 on the migraine drugs, which is fantastic. We've only sold 3 of those per month so far. We do have the whole issue of the side effects. These little ratings here, they span from, I believe, A to E, and the more you have side effects, the lower that rating goes, and the more things you cure, the higher it goes, which is nice. It means you do get an added bonus to the value of your drug if they do end up being like a B or an A, but or the opposite way if that's the case. So we're in the money, which is a good start. So next up, I want to. That's not a pause button in this game, which is very sad to me. Let's have a look at our research. We've got 2 months until that is ready. We're still in February, which is interesting. Let's have a look at our cures, see if we can do anything with this, and we can't. And I will tell you why in a moment. The agglomerator, which is this machine here, which we would need to upgrade it from a migraine drug to an anti-seizure drug, is currently what we are researching and is going to take 2 months. Also, as well as that, there is such thing as a catalyst. Now, catalysts are something that aren't found in all ingredients, but are found in others, and are important to upgrade things. This guy right here is going to have a catalyst, for example. So what you do is you mix the 2 drugs together, kind of like you would splice a plant or whatever, and would end up creating the upgrade. But since we don't have that, there's no point trying for it now. I think we are going to go with the acid reflux for the moment. Add to our lovely little collection of drugs. So we can get this acid reflux drug out reasonably quickly, because if you just bear with me just one moment while I place in all the appropriate machines. It is very much exactly the same as the process we needed to do for the painkiller, which is nice. Also, I noticed as I was checking this out, let's have a look at our ingredients quickly so you guys can see. Its active range for Calm's acid reflux is 15 to 19. It is currently at 14, so we only need to evaporate it once. Not condense, we need to evaporate it once. And it's not got any side effect because it is not in the active range of the side effect, which is lovely. It means that this is going to be a really nice, easy drug to push out, and we should probably have a look at upgrading as well. So let's do that in the other production line up here. So it's almost exactly the same up here. We want to get an evaporator in. We want to get a... the placement of these is always terrible. Let's take our evaporator. Do a twisteroo. We'll have to do it this way, I suppose. Get one in there, and then one in there. Hook these all together, and then we'll have a look at the active range for the upgrade, which is stomach ulcers. I know my stuff. Yeah, Meg knows her stuff. Let's get this guy in here now. I did not even send it to here, so we might as well get that on the go as well, so that we can start making money with that. Let's get that speed up. I'm gonna let it go quickly because I don't feel a need for it to have any problems, I suppose. Let's pop this through here. Right. So, We then will need to bring it down 5, which is incredibly frustrating, but we can totally do with the space we have. It's going to take 5 machines, and then we have to add the pill printers. So let's get that in quickly. We've got to do that with dissolvers. It's the first time we've used dissolvers. This is interesting. We'll have to put that one in that way. And then... this is lovely and space efficient. I'm gonna have to put that one in like that. And that one. Frick, this is lovely. This is not what I want. Why do you have to be so bloomin' annoying? I want the pill printers. Perhaps working backwards might be the idea for this one. Let's assume it is. Let's go from there. Let's get our belts in. Okay, I've done the belts wrong again because I always do the belts wrong. I like to click them individually and I shouldn't. So basically what we want is our final dissolver to have an output around there. Just terribly annoying because it is. They just can't be nice, can they? Unless we do something weird along these lines, which you will not understand because I am being incredibly weird about it. It's the only space I can think of that it would work with, though. So that's the thing. This game is kind of insufficient funds. Are we really? This is not my greatest move. Let's pause this a second, or not pause it. Just, you know, not my best day. Let's name this. Should get some money from that. How much do the damn evaporators cost? Enough for me to be angry, I suppose. No, this still isn't going to work. Upon closer inspection, I realised that this is not going to work. Possibly. I've made the lovely move of I would love, because I should be able to move these. Double click to pick up. Okay, there we go. This could make life a little bit easier. Moving all these guys up, and then we can do something here. And then the out of that one goes into there, the out of that one goes into there, the out of that one comes all the way around to there, feeds out to there. That's kind of terrible and horrible and I don't like it, but it's going to have to do. Let's see what you're doing. You've now got a painkiller. Let's see what that's affecting. It's gone down a little bit. It's gone down a little bit. But I do need to check that this production line works, because there's a chance that crossroad is going to make life terrible. Terrible. So I just want to be certain that it is a possibility that I can do this. Oh, and it would help if I could put some damn things in there, ready to go. I have unlocked 2 new things. This is fantastic. It is April. New things are fantastic. Agglomerator is a fantastic thing, and I can now upgrade my stuff to agglomerators when I need to. And we've got a cough medicine. A cough medicine is always a nice one to have. Let's have a look at what we can do with the... Where's the cough guy? Sue's cough. Lots of people would like to not have a cough, which is completely understandable if you ask me. So we've got this guy. Easy enough to pop down 1 level and do, and probably a wiser investment than all this, if you ask me. But we've done it now. There's there's more we can do. I just, it's a case of money. That is a horrible production line. I do not like that. Let's just wipe it all. It's all going. It's all going. I can't be okay with this. We will have nice, simple production lines in here because we can. And it seems perfectly fine to me to do that because we have enough that make a decent amount of money to do that with. Let's just have a look at this a second. We need to take it down a notch, which is perfectly fine with me. We just need to use a dissolver. Dissolver is some easy shit. It's not the loveliest in terms of, you know, shapes. The shape of a pill. The dissolver is not my favourite because the ins and outs are just terrible. But I like the added I like the added thing that. No, for Christ's sake. Well, never nail the placement of a thing. See, we've got a miniature little thing going on here now. See, we're making money now. We were having a blip, but now we're good. So we have made these. These are going to be called the Meg Loves Drugs Cough Bane, which is kind of funny to me at least. So we're kind of bringing in a fairly sizey amount of dosh, shall we say? Fairly sizey amount of dosh. Let's actually take a moment to re-look at our research. We definitely need an ionizer, so we will get on that straight away. In our ingredients, we shall. This one only requires one, so I feel like it's safe enough to do that. Rather get them doing something. There is perks to having them not out in the doing research, but there is also perks to them. Probably more obvious perks to them being in doing the research and stuff. Alright, I'm just gonna take a moment, do that. And then we've got free inputs in this one, free input output things in this one. Let's give this a guy a pause. Let's take a moment. Asthma is looking like our next biggest thing. We can agglomerate now. We now have an agglomerator. In fact, I feel like we should quickly take a moment to come back over here, have a little look at our ingredients. If you look here, fatigue can totally be removed. Totally be removed with an agglomerator. So I'm just gonna take a moment, hop into the production line a little bit. I didn't want me to press a button, but that started the thing going. Let's take a moment. Let's take our agglomerator. We want to give it a spin. Let's pop it there. Delete all these lovely belt work. And then hop this around here. And then we should have, if all goes to plan, a slightly better headache relief. Which is fantastic. Everybody wants a slightly better painkiller that doesn't make them bloody tired. Although, I'd love a painkiller that would make me sleep, because, dear God, I have no other way of sleeping. Let's have a look at it. See? We are now in the range of painkiller. It may be a stronger drug, it might not be. We haven't got the information that will tell us whether we have got it at its max strength or not. It's something that you unlock later on in the game, so there's no point really worrying about it now. It's just kind of something that happens. Pain Beater is the new name for this drug. It isn't making much money, but it's so much better. See, this guy has had its drug value minused. This guy just isn't a very high strength drug, so it's not doing well in terms of that. This is doing okay. This guy needs to go. But I'm kind of concerned about the profit. It seems silly to me. It's not doing a fantastic job of easing pains, which is interesting. So it's kind of sitting at a lower value. But anyways, from my standpoint, I'm just gonna do a thing and forget that there's an issue with it. I'm just kind of intrigued that that's going down. Oh, it's teetering. That's sad. This guy's remaining pretty decent. It's at a C+, but we're still fatigued. So it may be worth coming over here to our lovely, wonderful production line of goodies here. Might be worth just adding an agglomerator to this as well. Not the world's easiest thing to do with this production line, but not terribly hard either. And we can knock out a bit of the process, I believe, if we do that. Research complete on the ionizer already. Jesus, the time is going too quickly. I need to stop putting it on high speed. That is a bad habit that I need to get out of. I feel like I'm gonna get rid of you, gonna get rid of you. Feel like I might have been able to get rid of you too. Because take it up. We were trying to take it up by 3 and then condense again. Not condense. You know what I meant, guys. Believe that was the way it was going. So let's take our belt, do that. I should have done that in pause, but nonetheless, let's have a look at what we've got here. You are creating a migraine crusher. Well, we've just upgraded ours, so nah. The increasing use of I'm trying this so many times, and I will fail every single time. The increasing use of disco lasers in nightclubs has resulted in an upsurge in epileptic fits and seizures. This is leading to an increase in the demand for anti-seizure medication, which happens. There's like influxes and stuff of this sort of stuff. So sometimes you get higher levels of people wanting certain drugs, but they are fads and they do go away. And sometimes sticking with the important ones is important. And we have just researched a diabetes drug, which is nice. It actually, I believe it's kind of niche, so sells for a lot. No, it doesn't even sell for that much. And it's got a lower level of people that wish to use it. But the hyperthyroidism, you get into that, you got a very expensive looking drug sitting there, and it's not that hard to you got to take it up a lot of notches is the problem with that one. You got to take it up from a 6 to a 12, which granted can be done with 2 machines now that we've unlocked the new machines, but still you kind of want to feel a little bit better. I feel like perhaps we should actually give that a whirl. Give that hyperthyroidism a whirl. We may even, if we're lucky. I really would like to knock it out of the range of there's 147% saturation in the painkiller region. Ah, damn. It means the price has gone up, which is fine. I'm actually going to take a moment. I'm going to fire you for the moment. I am also going to fire you for the moment because I don't need you at the moment, and I'd rather save that money because we are losing money. This is we need to get on that hyperthyroidism train because god damn it, I feel like it might be because our best-selling drug has just come off the shelves. So yeah, let's go with this. See, we're making good dollar on that. I feel like the upgrade was definitely worth it. 145, 150. We are on the same level in terms of my migraines. Like, we're on the same level in terms of the drug itself. So we should be able to push up to that C+ pretty quickly and get bonuses, but without the detriment of having the fatigue and the side effects. So there's hope, and we're back in the green, which is fantastic. I enjoy staying in the green. The green is my favourite colour. Actually is, and not because of money, but you know. So let's take a look, see how we can do this. I kind of want to take that out. But it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a fair bit more money that we would have to sink in just production costs. It's a tough one, but I suppose we could try it. I'm gonna go without it for now, because I feel like it could be the case that when we upgrade it, it needs to go down to that level anyway, and I can just shove a dissolver in at some point. So yeah, let's take this up to 10. So take it up by 2. Not 2, take it up by 4, what am I saying? So to do that, we are going to take a agglomerator. Trying to work out the best positioning for that one is terrible. They're all terrible. I hate every one of them. I feel like it's such a waste to use so much space for some of these. This isn't going to work the way I planned for it to work, but I'm just gonna shove them in first and see what I need. What do I need after that? I need to that's not the thing. I need to then ionize it. Yes, ionize it. I do not need a loan. Loans cripple you in this game. Like, there are certain things where they're important, but man, they cripple you when you don't need them. When you actually do. Oh, you can right click them and click move as well. That's fantastic. I actually kind of like that. That must have been a recent update, because I don't remember that being there before. I've only so far played the tutorials, but I've watched several people play this game, as well as just staying up to date on it, really, I suppose, which is kind of half the battle. Let's take that and do that. I feel like that's a good amount, that's a good use of the space. I didn't want to block off this guy because we have this room and we have this space which doesn't have any inputs or outputs, so perhaps we could take a production line from there, use that space, and then come out another one. So that was my plan pretty much, and I'm going to take a moment and just, I have not got my import in, which is always good. I want the diabetes. Import that, please. I want to get on this before anyone else, so I can earn a fancy amount of money. Total revenue. It's a total revenue thing. How much revenue have I got so far? It should tell me in here. 147,000 in the last 12 months, which it's good. It's a good start. Obviously, these things you don't go, right, I need to earn 1 million every year in the thing. And also, saying that, we're almost there. Oh, this one's gotta be brought up, which is sad because it means the pins and needles is gonna be kind of in there for a while. And it frustrates me a little bit, and I kind of want to change it, but there's just no room. There's no room for anything in here. So I'm just gonna stick with my what I've got going on now. I'm actually also gonna do it in an interesting way and decide to evaporate, because it saves a tiny bit of money and there's no space, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna agglomerate because, geez, who'd have thought that I'd need the right amount of space to do these things? No. Who'd have thought it? Anyway, let's get these guys. I'm gonna shove them in here. Again, a nice little use of space. We can use this space for this guy's production line. It's all good. and then... Oh, I've blocked off a, I've blocked off the production line. I'm in the middle there, yeah, joy. I want to pause you. But we're in the hyperthyroidism. I'm gonna do something really kind of somewhat cheeky here. No, I want you moved over here for a second. Which I'm gonna do something. It's not necessarily. I wouldn't call it cheeky, really. I'm not quite Nando's level of cheek at this point, and nor will I ever be, really. Oh, that's terrible. I don't want to block that off. Dear God, this is terrible. I just want things. Is that so much to ask? I might have to half the output of this guy so that I can make it a good drug. Let's shift that along one. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna fit that in there. I'm gonna pop it to the side for now. It doesn't matter that it's thing. When I expand, which, oh Jesus Christ, I can basically do now, and I don't see why I didn't. If I really think about it, I can do this so much better. Dear God. I have these thoughts after I realised my the error in my raise. Luckily, I was still paused, so no harm done, I suppose. Let's give this an old shovins over here. I like to do that, and to do that, and to bring these along, and take that down there, and connect these two. That should be a fully functioning production line, where the pins and needles do not have an effect on my damn product. Yes! We're still in range of hyperthyroidism, but we're not in range of pins and needles. This is exactly what I wanted. So, yeah. I'm gonna let this go. Let's have a look at this. Hyperthyrolief by Megal's Drugs. Yes. Oh, look at that sweet, sweet money we're making off that. Let's have a look at this. We're at C+ on that migraine drug. I told you the migraine drug would work. We're making 84 profit on that. I'm sure that's gonna go up. I feel like that's gonna go up. I feel like that's a thing that's gonna go up as soon as. It's not slowing enough. We'll take that out of the rotation because we're not actually selling that. We're teetering between a D and a D- on that, which is a struggle. These guys, their migraine is a D, so having that at a C+ gives us a market edge, which is fantastic. And then they have a secondary migraine one that they are also outputting at the same time. Intrigue. Which is a C. Again, we've got this market. We've got market in this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy that they're not inputting. And we're currently... They are outputting more, but we're outputting better. So I feel fine. And we're making $400 per day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in this game it's kind of a lot. So yeah, I feel confident. I feel great. I feel like this is a good way to go. I think this is going to be the last thing I do for this episode because my God, I've been going for nearly an hour. It's probably not going to be an hour-long video because I've had to stop. I've had to do other things during this recording. It also took me 4 minutes to start, and there's probably going to be outtakes at the end if I haven't already put it in the thing. So yeah. But what I'm going to do quickly is, like I said, there's benefits to having explorers and researchers not like going out and doing tasks. They get upgrade points, and you can upgrade these things, which gives you discounts on all sorts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the company. I'm going to take a look at what we use the most of. And by the looks of things, it is the one that's headachy. Lovely and headachy. So I am going to take that. I'm going to upgrade that. I'm going to pop a point in there, and gives us a 10% discount, which is fantastic because that's the one we use the most of. So taking 10% off that is going to up our sales. Not sales. It's not going to up our sales at all. It's going to just it's going to up our profits. That's what I meant, because it's going to lower our upkeep. It's going to raise our thing. Also, because it's such a incredibly saturated market in terms of this guy. There is a 146% saturation in this. See, I'm only... Excalibur Pharmaceuticals by itself is 130, which is terrible. You should never saturate a market that much. I've never studied business, but I know that shit. And then we got another research upgrade point in here. I am gonna... Let's have a little zoom out. I feel like we use agglomerators the most. Agglomerators are also the more expensive of, like, the guys that we use. I've only used one ionizer. I've used a few dissolvers and stuff, but these guys take 35 to process. If we can lower that at all, that's fantastic. So, yeah. I think that is where we're going to call it today. I hope you've enjoyed the first episode of this. I am, as you can tell, I'm kind of really loving this game, so, it'll be really cool to see if you guys are doing the same. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed it, because it really lets me know what I should keep on this channel or not. I'm probably going to keep this here anyway, but that's not what I was meant to say, because I would legs. I'm a leg whore. No, I'm just kidding. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Yeah, and I will see you in the next episode.